Mallet is in Atlanta. Rod Burks is with the Packers in Green Bay, and Lance Allen is with the Falcons.
Let us begin with George.
And I'll tell you something, the national media has started to arrive here in Atlanta, and almost without exception, the experts, the pundits, say that the Atlanta Falcons have the better football team. But when you talk to folks who live here in Atlanta, when you talk to Falcons fans, they aren't nearly as confident, as we found out today when we checked in with the experts at Atlanta Sports Radio.
You're a stinking frontrunner.
Atlanta sports radio station The Fan was gearing up for the big game Friday afternoon with a live broadcast from the $3 Cafe downtown.
Coming up after the Falcons' big win on Sunday.
The broadcast was a prelude to a planned pep rally, but the joint was pretty subdued. The biggest Falcons fan in attendance had more to say about the Packers than his team.
We're excited about playing the Packers because they're a dynasty, and we feel like that we are starting a dynasty, starting one with Matt Ryan and our new coach, of course. So it's all brand new to us.
I'm a damn Yankee because I've never left.
The town's most popular sports radio personality is John Kincaid, who grew up in Philly and pulls for the Eagles. He sums up Falcon fandom this way.
It's exciting, but there's always an anxiety with this town. There's always that idea that this town is Wile E. Coyote, and that the safe's about to explode or something's going to be dropped on your head.
I think the Wile E. Coyote analogy is absolutely perfect for the way this town views their football team. There are concerns about our football team, mostly injuries. Let's check in with Rod Burks. He's in Green Bay with the latest on the injury report, huh, Rod?
Well, George, no practice for the Green Bay Packers today, just treatment and meetings for the Green Bay Packers today. But more concern is the flu bug is going on in the Packers locker room. Aaron Rodgers, the one who just caught the flu, and he's dealing with that right now. But more concern with the receivers. Devontae Adams, Jordy Nelson, and Geronimo Allison are all dealing with severe injuries. They all want to play on Sunday, but here's head coach Mike McCarthy on his receivers.
They want to play. Obviously, the coaching staff wants them to play, but medically, they have to. There's thresholds that they have to get over. We're never going to put a player out there that can't move properly or higher the risk for further injury. So that's why we're going to need a full week for a couple of these guys.
Allison, Adams, and Jordy Nelson are listed as questionable for Sunday's game against the Falcons. That's what's happening here in Green Bay. I'm Rod Burke for today's TMJ4. George, back to you in Atlanta.
Thanks, Rod. And this will be the final football game at the storied Georgia Dome, although I don't know if storied's the right word. Lance Allen, I think storied applies to a place called Lambeau Field. Not so sure about the Georgia Dome.
Yeah, I think your Wile E. Coyote reference